Hi, my name is Erin Kenny, and this is my critical media project on an advertisement from Jeremy's Razors released in March of 2022. CEO of the Daily Wire, Jeremy Boring, wanted to make a razor competing against another razor company who happens to be an ex-partner of his own company. One of the first things said by Boring in this advertisement was an offhanded comment about the LGBTQ+ community, implying that the world was a better place before people started coming out with their true gender identities. Boring states that the reason he made this company and this razor was because he wanted to get back at another razor company called Harry's Razors. He mentioned how Harry's pulled their ads from the Daily Wire because of a derogatory comment made by an employee at the Daily Wire about the LGBTQ+ community, stating that boys are boys and girls are girls. He states that everything in society was fine until companies started taking up a stand for what they believe in. Except he is implying that they never really cared about it until it was good for them. In this shot, there is also the one and only person of color, and her only job is to help him put on his jacket. Boring attacks different razor companies like Gillette and Harry's over 10 times in the 3.5-minute advertisement, even bringing in a slogan from Gillette into his ad, but putting a sarcastic twist on it. He comments on an ad Gillette put out, calling out toxic masculinity, and rolling his eyes in the process. He even goes as far as to burn his competitors' razors with an exaggerated show of masculinity by using a flamethrower. A woman wearing only a blazer and pants is shown front and center specifically for the male gaze. Boring then shows his own razor, marketed with dark colors, because of course bright colors aren't masculine. He also implies that men who do not have a beard that looks like his are somehow less of a man. He says that they probably couldn't look like him, but they could look like this man, a tall and muscular man, as if there is no in-between. A man can either only have a great beard or be tall and muscular. He then poses the question, what kind of man uses a Jeremy's razor? He then gives examples like a cowboy, firefighters, or the military that shot Osama bin Laden, as if those are the only qualifications you can have to be considered a man. Boring also uses the word man, manly, and men over 10 times during this advertisement, making it specifically clear that this razor is for men only. Another show of exaggerated traditional masculinity is a rock concert, implying that only men can be rock stars. In fact, the only role of women in this entire advertisement is to be his showgirls and an item for the male gaze. In the background of this shot is a plastic statue of an indigenous woman in a feather headdress and business attire. This is another shot at people who are trying to make the world a better place by standing up for what is right. Which brings me to when he mentions cancel culture and how some conservatives are being called out for their racism, sexism, and homophobia, just to mention a few things. He feels that this is a problem and that this country is in trouble because no one can be racist or sexist or homophobic without being called out on their shit. This advertisement also appeals to a higher class, as many frames in this ad contain royal or regal items or implications. Another example of Boring slandering a competitor is his website, which he has named IHateHarrys.com. All in all, this advertisement slandered other razor companies, implied that men are less if they don't look a certain way, women are only here for men's entertainment, and minorities don't matter. Upon further research for this advertisement, I found a quote from Boring himself stating why he made this razor and chose to market it this way. He states that he was so upset that Harry so publicly denounced the Daily Wire, but he turns around and does the same thing, not only to Harry's, but to Gillette as well. I found this advertisement on YouTube on the Daily Wire's page, and the quote from an article from spy.com. Thank you for watching.